Hi and welcome to Kilobits. I'm Ben and we've been playing Paranormal. I've got the developer Matt Cohen on the line.
Hello, Matt.
Hey,
Okay, so what, in a nutshell, is paranormal?
Paranormal is, I don't know if anybody's seen the Paranormal Activity movies, but it's a found footage kind of horror game where the player controls a man holding a camera. The viewpoint is from the camera,
Hello, my name is Mattel Clark. I'm an artist.
Yeah,
and you live in a haunted house, and it's all going on around you. And your
okay.
job is to film it and figure out what's happening and why.
Just to figure it all out. Yeah, that's excellent. I mean, obviously, you mentioned the paranormal activity kind of film there. Was that an inspiration for it, or?
That was the whole reason I created the game because I'd finished seeing the first two movies and looked up if there were any games for it because I wanted to play a game like that. And
Yeah.
there's games like Amnesia, but it's not the same. It's not the same concept. So I decided I can't find one. I'll make one. So I did.
Excellent. Okay. And I mean, obviously, you kickstarted the project originally, and you kind of aimed for about $800, wasn't it?
Yes.
But you got about 8,000. I mean, what have you used that budget on? What have you put that towards?
It's funny. I posted the Kickstarter, the 800, thinking, oh, no one's ever gonna pledge to this. This is silly. I might as well try though. So I
Yeah.
did, and I got 8,000. It's insane. I've been spending the money on computer enhancements, cloud storage for beta testers, licensing fees, all that stuff.
Okay. I mean, have you put any of the money into kind of improving the actual game itself, or?
Absolutely. I've been paying voice actors, 3D modeling, um, UI designers, music, all kinds of stuff that I never would have been able to do if I didn't have the Kickstarter money. So it's really,
Excellent.
really raised the production values.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I mean, obviously, so as a result of that, you've been working with the Unreal Development Kit,
Yep.
which obviously we can see as we're walking around here with the effects of the kind of the rain on the screen and things. I mean, how easy is the Unreal Development Kit to work with?
Compared to its competition, it's a breeze. I've dabbled in Source Engine, CryEngine, Unity. None of them
Hmm.
even compare to the ease and the versatility of Unreal Engine.
Okay, and what kind of made it easier? What was the things that stood out there for you?
Just the interface, the visual scripting system called Kismet means less
Hmm.
coding and more just triggers and stuff like that. It's very quick and easy.
And how do you use the triggers in the game? I mean, is there an example of that we could discuss?
Absolutely. Most of the hauntings are triggered in several different ways. They are walking to a certain place and then a random event is triggered, or looking at a certain target and a random event is triggered, or both.
Right.
And that is the general way that an event is triggered. All, of course, are
Yeah.
random, but
Okay, I mean, and how did the Unreal Development Kit kind of advance your visuals in the game? I mean, what effects were you able to use that you wouldn't otherwise have used here?
I've pretty much all the latest stuff, or most of the latest stuff, lens flares, God rays, motion blur, ambient
Yeah.
occlusion, uh, all kinds of distortion, and off the top of my head, I can't really think of more, but there's plenty.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay, and is there anything that was left out you weren't able to use?
um, Not really. I've decided to launch the game with only DirectX 9 support and not DirectX 11, but that
Yeah.
could be something I'd mess around with later on, so people could take more advantage of their computer's power and make the game
Yeah.
look even better.
Right. Okay, so you have scaling ability there.
Yes.
Okay, I mean, obviously, I'm running around the room here as well as we speak. I'm kind of like looking for any kind of event to kick off whilst we're doing that, and nothing's happened for a little while, so I'm going to just move into a new room here.
Perfect time for this next
Yeah, that tends to be the issue with demoing a randomized game. You try to
Yeah.
get something to work, and it worked when you tested it earlier, but now nothing's triggering because it's so random, and it always works against you.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's one of the ways that you've used to build tension in the game.
Exactly.
I mean, could you tell me any other ways, any other tricks and the techniques you've used to build tension and fear in the game? I mean, is there anything that stands out in your mind?
Yes. I the battery system itself is a good way to build tension, both with giving the player when their battery's full, set a mindset of ease.
Hmm.
But when the battery is low, there's huge tension to just get back to the bed, go to sleep, charge it, or else you
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm doing that
could
as we
face
speak.
death if you don't.
Yeah,
So it's quite important.
yeah. So that
But
that kind of builds some tension in the player to get them
yes.
to go back, which is what is happening right as we speak. It's flashing red, so I'm going to get back to the bedroom. Now with your day kind of cycle, it's how many nights are you in the game? How many nights do you spend in the game?
There's 3 nights, including the first one. The fourth night, without spoiling it, if you go to sleep on July the 4th, let's just say bad things happen, and a spirit has been kind enough to leave you hints not to go to sleep on that day and to follow the hints, and you'll eventually get the true ending.
Oh, there's some scary stuff going on the screen right now. Um, we're kind of shaking in the bed at the moment.
That was a fun one.
So, I mean, other than the Sura, and obviously we've got the Steam Greenlight thing at the moment. Are there any other options for being published? Any other platforms you're looking to release on?
I haven't really used Good Old Games much, but they seem to
Hmm.
be a nice place to sell games. I'm thinking Desura and Steam will be my main focus, but any other online distribution stores that catch my attention, I will definitely look into.
Yeah, and are you looking towards Xbox or a 360 or maybe PlayStation 3 in the future? Or?
Not at the moment. Obviously, if the game is successful enough and is, earns enough money, I'd be able to venture into the console market, but for now it's going to be Mac and PC only. And maybe possibly iOS because the Unreal Development Kit supports the iPhone. So it's a distinct
Yeah.
possibility.
Okay. Yeah, so that's maybe the kind of mobile devices afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay. And obviously the release timetable. What times were you thinking of kind of releasing this? And when was it going to be coming out?
Paranormal is set to release on October the 19th, starting on Desura. Steam's release date is up in the air. Depends on how many votes the Steam Greenlight page gets.
Yeah.
And that's about it. This is going to be a very busy month for me and my
Yeah.
3D artist. We are long nights working on the game. Just today, I added a very, very spooky scene involving. Well, I'm hesitant to spoil it, but it's an inanimate object that becomes quite animate and quite scary.
Right.
I'll
Okay.
leave
That's
it at
something to look forward
I'll
to.
leave it at that.
I mean, obviously, talking of things that we're looking forward to with regards to the game. I mean, there was mention of more updates, DLC, things like that. Maybe different environments you mentioned that might be released in the future. I mean, could you tell us a little bit about that? And
Yes.
are they going to be free as well?
Every single update to Paranormal will be completely free. I will not charge for DLC ever. And I intend to make tons of fixes and, small additions. But the big additions, the big content updates will include new storylines, new areas, new characters, new everything. And all the stories will somehow be connected to each other.
Excellent. Okay, so it's all kind of going to be linked then. There's going to be more of
Yes.
an underlying story
And the plan is
as
to
well.
double and triple the game's content after release. It'll be
Excellent.
each of the major updates will be a while apart, but they will be better and better and better and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah, sounds good. So, obviously, you mentioned there that there'll be fixes and things like that. Now, I have been playing this. I played it all the way through once before, obviously speaking to you there, and we've played it a few times this evening before getting on to speaking to you here today. Obviously, I've noticed a couple of bugs and a few kind of clipping issues and things. And you mentioned that you will be fixing those. I mean, will they be before release date, or are you looking at kind of DLC to fix that, or kind of patches to fix that?
Many of the clipping issues and some of the glitches will be fixed before release. Obviously, my focus is to make a very stable game, and it hasn't crashed too much, but I'm still not satisfied with the stability and the glitchiness of it. So I'm going to be working both before and after release constantly to be fixing all these issues with patches.
Okay. Excellent stuff. I mean, obviously, other than Paranormal, are you looking for what other games are you kind of looking forward to in the near future? What kind of releases are you going to be keen on seeing coming out?
I've always loved dinosaurs, so Primal Carnage is a multiplayer humans versus dinosaurs game that's going to be released on Steam, and I'm immensely, immensely excited for that.
Good stuff. Okay, and I mean, obviously, with regards to you've mentioned Amnesia as one of the other kind of scary games out there. I mean, are there any other scary games that you're really kind of keeping a close eye on?
Definitely. There's obviously Slender is it's competition, but it's also a game that I look towards for both inspiration and just in general, just as a good horror game to play.
Yeah.
Silent Hill, Resident Evil, just about every horror game out there I have played or... Oh, I just heard the jump
Crikey.
scare.
That was terrifying.
That always gets the people on YouTube. They always jump and freak out. I love it. It's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
I get my family to play the game, and they always go in the kitchen, and they always get the girl screaming, and it's so entertaining. It never gets old.
So, I mean, how do you feel about the reaction cams that you get on YouTube? What's your kind of reaction to that?
I laugh. I love it. It is so flattering to see my game scare the crap out of grown men.
Yeah, that's always good to see. Right, so we're going back to sleep for the second night here. Day number 3 coming right up. Obviously, we're starting to panic a little bit. The chairs are moving at night. And like I was going to say, I mean, obviously about the other kind of indie games that have been made, is there any advice you could give to anyone who was starting out on the indie kind of platform, who was going to make their own games?
Use the Unreal Development Kit. Use it. It is free to use. The commercial license is like $99 if you want to sell your game, but get practice. Play other people's games. Play games. Watch movies. Anything that's related to what you want to do. And just learn, teach yourself. Don't ask people for help unless you really need it. Just teach yourself. Everything I know about UDK, I taught myself, and it's very, very rewarding when you teach yourself how to do things.
And obviously, you mentioned you've taught yourself a lot. Is there any way you can find resources for kind of helping you along your way if you do get stuck?
Yes, UDK has amazing forums with a community that is very knowledgeable. They will help you with anything you need help with. You can even recruit team members on there. And YouTube is also a great place for video tutorials.
Okay, well that's great. Well, thank you very much for your time speaking to us today, Matt. Obviously, we don't want to give away too much of the game before everyone plays it, so we'll kind of call it to a close now. So let me say thank you very much for your time.
You're very welcome.
And I wish you all the best of success with Paranormal in the future.
Thank you very much.
And if you like the video, as always, don't forget to rate, comment and subscribe. And you can always get in touch with us on Twitter. We are at The Kilobits. And like us on Facebook at facebook.com/The Kilobits. See you next time.